Welcome back to Gold Rush, the game, for episode 3 with me, MrSealyp. We're back. Some time has passed. The last time I saw you, what were we on? Day, if I was to say 9 days of summer, or were we on 8 days of summer? We're now on 5 days to summer. That will tell you something. Money has gone down. Again, you'll see why in a moment. And our gold is saying 0. There's a reason for that. Let's go into the tent. Now, I did say we'd have a look at the tablet at the end of the last episode, because I've suddenly realised there's a tablet. Wow, how cool. So, if we have a look at the tablet, this is what it looks like. Now, the problem we got is everything's locked. Old Glen Bank, we can go to our finances. Oh, that's a good point. I wonder if I can do it from here. Maybe. So, transport's locked. To unlock it, it's £5 notification. Unlock it for 10 grand. Equipment store, so you can do it directly here. But that needs unlocking for 20 grand. Machine store, so you can order heavy machinery, and workers. So I said about hiring workers and getting a crew to run the stuff. You can unlock that for 10 grand. And then you can start hiring crews. So once you've built up a bit of money, you can work towards that. Now, we go down to shut down. The reason it's been 3 or 4 days is I've now got 3 gold bars, all with worth varying amounts. I think one of them was 517 grams, one's 348, I want to say, and one's 550. Well, I'm going to see if we can try that old Glen Bank on the tablet, because I think we can drive over there. We don't have to take these with us to sell them at the bank, but we might be able to do them directly. Come and look at my hole. Oh, no, that sounded wrong, didn't it? That's a harassment case waiting to happen. Whoops, look. This is why. Look how much of that I've dug out. I'm very proud of that. I don't think anyone has dug so many cubic meters of earth with a shovel since Fred made his patio. They're just rolling off the tongue today, aren't they? So yeah, very pleased with that. I mean, it's taken a while. Now, something with this I've found, and again, it depends how you want to go about it. I had 2 jerry cans that I went and got. Each jerry can holds 20 litres. That takes about 4 litres at a time. I completely used one entire jerry can and then did another one. Now, to get this to 100%, each of these mats, one shovelful does about 1%. So you're looking at 100 shovelfuls to fill these up to 100%. I have lost count of how many times I've got these to 100%, rinsed them, taken them in, done the panning, you know. And as the other thing I was going to say was the gold nuggets, finding gold nuggets, that stopped. That just ran out. I think that's just a boost right at the very start, because what I found was, I got these to 100% twice, I think. In the first time, I think the gold bar that's 517 grams, I would say 200 grams of that was finding gold nuggets. So I'm thinking, well, this is a result, you know, we're going to crack on. When I went and then got the gold bar made, came back and then started on the next load, I didn't get another gold nugget. Nothing. I did loads and loads and loads and loads, didn't get another gold nugget. So, is what it is. Now, we're on to tier 2, I think. Some of this we can probably... Actually, some of this we can probably reuse. I was looking at thinking, oh, we're going to have to buy all new stuff. Then the last time we looked at a digger, that was, what, 13 grand, wasn't it? Say digger, excavator. It's that, like I say, it's that kid in me. There was a sketch on a show called The Fast Show years ago. I know you probably don't want to know this, but... And there was a load of guys in an office overlooking a building site. And they were architects and construction guys and site foremen. And so they're going through the plans and the meeting's all very serious and whatever. And they look up and it's out the window, and all 3 of them then become like little kids. And like, oh, diggers! And they run to the window and they're looking out the window. It's just hilarious. Really funny sketch. Well, it was at the time. So every time I see one, I think of that. I just think, oh, diggers. So that's why I said it. You know, that, and I'm an idiot. Old Glen Bank. Oh, we can sell. Order 20 drills. What? What's that about? Haven't seen that one before. L2. We can sell them. Right, so there we go. We've got, oh yeah, so I suppose, yeah, after the smelting process, you lose a little bit. So the 515 one went down to 500. The 348 one went down to 313. And the, oh wow, okay. The 550 went down to 510. But look at what they're worth. 20, 40, 50, 55 grand we're going to have on top of our money from selling them. Let's sell them. Oh, so we haven't even got to go into town. Are we sure? Are we at? Yes, we are. What? Sold all three. 67,913. So, like I say, what I will absolutely say is it took a long while. So when I said about that rinse repeat, and there is a certain amount of monotony to it. Now, do I need 67,913 to move on to the next tier? Possibly not. I probably didn't have to do the third gold bar maybe, but I do have some equipment. Let's have a look at what we need. So if we go to, right, tier 2, number 1, go to the equipment store. We will be. 2, buy mobile wash pump. Right, we haven't got one of those. Water pump small, we do have. Mobile generator, we don't. Cables, hoses, 3 buckets, we've definitely got buckets, and a magnetite separator. What I am noticing, oh yeah, buy a small excavator, that kind of, just, they throw that in, yeah, just buy a small excavator. On the previous ones, where it tells you what you've got to buy, so there, tier 1 extensions, fat water hose, thin water hose, 2 hog pan, and it's very specific. That next set of instructions just says cables and hoses. What cables and hoses? How many cables and hoses? I hook up mobile wash plant to pick up. Use the excavator to dig the... So where do I... Okay, well, let's just go and sort some stuff out first. Let's go to town. Oh, before I go, when I was in town last, getting the last gold bar, the fuel jerry can that I had emptied, I then got refilled at the fuel station, gas station. Let's pop it there. And like I say, I'm not sure, once we unlock the store thing, I don't know if I can sell bits. I haven't really tried, I haven't really found anywhere. Now, I may need to bring some of this stuff back in 2 runs. So the other thing I probably will do, Neil, is now I'm on episode, what are we on, 3? Is I'm not going to, I'll probably edit out the journeys backwards and forwards, or something I did find as well. Being the child I am, when you honk along a little bit, I'll do it on the way back. Oh no, I might lose stuff out of it. You can do handbrake skids and slides, and it's cool. It is pathetic, I don't know why. I was on my way back from doing something, it was raining, I thought, I wonder. So I just hit the X and boom, back round. It was great fun. See you there in a minute. So I think the first thing we'll do, just because I'm excited about doing it, is, let's just stop there a second. If you are new to this, if you're watching this for the first time, I would urge you to go back and watch my first impressions video and then episode 2. It makes a lot more sense. Now we have got, this was about 13 grand, wasn't it? Hang on a minute. That was 13 something when I looked last time. Now it's 15, because now they've got now I've got money in my pocket. We can rent it. Do we rent it or buy it? Oh, I'm buying it. Because I didn't have quantity on. Okay, now we go to checkout. Am I going to regret that? No, we need one, don't we? Small excavator, 15 grand. Or maybe there was a discount on it before? Your machine is ready to transport. The machines have automatically been transported to your nearest storage space. You can move them to your claim from the transport window. Okay, let's try that. And what are they going to charge me for doing that? Use. Yes. assume that's just it, is it? Order? Well, we'll find out, won't we? We will find out. Right, so I'm grabbing the rest of this machinery. Like I say, as far as setting it all up goes, no idea. We'll have a go and we'll see what happens. If I do need to do 2 runs to get all the gear back, I'll do that. That's not a problem. And stuff. Now it depends as well where I'm setting this up. How many hoses I'm going to need. I definitely need a thin hose. That I do know. We have got a filter already. So if we're drawing water from the river, we've already got one of those hoses. We've already got a filter on the end. Oh, actually, we have got a thin hose already, haven't we? Going to the generator. Do I need another one? It will need to go from the pump to the wash plant, won't it? Rather than at the moment going to the hog pan. So we have already got one of those. Should we get another couple of these, maybe? I'll get 2. We've got enough money. Let's add that. I say we've got enough money. I'm actually all blasé. Oh, yeah, we've got a mobile wash plant, 5,500. I thought it was going to be more expensive than that. That's good. Let's add that to the list. We need a generator. We need a little Jenny. Let's go. 300. Oh, you know what? I was expecting this to be ridiculously expensive. So we've got ourselves a Jenny on the list. What else are we going to need? Oh, we're going to need a power cable, aren't we, I suppose, for running the generator, which will run the wash plant. Oh, a magnetite separator. Did it say that? Hang on. Let's have a look. Yep, magnetite separator. 3 buckets we've definitely got. Mobile generator we've just got. Pump cables. Yeah, cables and hoses. It's a bit kind of. There's a picture of them down there under instruction 6. So we'll just get a regular one, will we? I don't know. I don't know. 2,500. Okie dokie. Let's add that on. It's all very exciting, isn't it? I'm loving it. Magnetite separator. We've got that. Got that. Where are the power cables? Oh, along here. Take it these are standard. High voltage power cable. Press to order. One of those. Add. I've got fuel in my jerry cans, so that's fine. One thing it doesn't say, and this is going to depend where I set this up, I suppose. These hoses to come from the river all the way out, do I need a connector or something to connect them together? One hose isn't going to be long enough, is it? Sure it's not. It's just as cables and hoses. And then when it shows you set up mobile wash plant, it doesn't really. You have to set all these things up separately. Oh, that's going to be a lot of mucking around. Set up the mobile. Oh, yeah, we'll do one step at a time. What would I need though to hook those together? Fat water hose connector. That could be what we need. Should I get one just in case? Yep, let's get one. It's not too expensive. We'll add it. I don't think I've missed anything off that list, have I? Cash only, people. Cash only. 8,470. Let's order that. Did I need to do hours and hours of digging over 3 days? Possibly 4. No. I've still got 42 grand sitting there, so I probably could have got away with doing one of the gold bars, maybe. The 20. I didn't know that. Oh, no, I suppose not. That was 8 grand, and the digger was 15. That's why 23. Yeah, I would have had to do at least 2 gold bars. Right. The gear is here. And as they say, oh, the gear and no idea. That is just about right, I think. Will that go in there? It will. Let's get the Jenny in. Hoses on top. I'm not opening the back because I have found on occasion that if you put too much stuff in and you open the back, it then won't close again. And we're going to need to hook up, I assume, that mobile wash plant's going to need its own. I don't want to lose any of these. When I had a bit of a play around with the tutorial, when I first sort of started having a look at the game, and I lost a load. I don't know where they went. You know what I might have to do? Can't remember how we do this. L and rotate. And drop it in. Nope. There we go. Put it in that way. Yeah, are we going to come back with stuff? Maybe. It's all going in so far. Fingers crossed. I was utterly convinced this stuff would be ridiculously expensive, but okay, I'm going to turn that off now. Put that down there, maybe. That's in, that's in, that's in. The rest of the stuff I should have. Let's see, right, how do I hook this up? How do I hook up a mobile wash plant? Yeah, see, if I'm towing this, I can't do my handbrake thing on the way back. That's alright. Has a tow hook. Tow ball. Up, that's just highlighted. Would help if I hadn't. Top out. Oh, there we go. We're on. This may just work, by Jove. Let's see. Well, let's also see whether or not our digger's up there. So I know, the thing is, I've gone from hand bucket in the hog pan to then having the pump and the water and then just shoveling, not having to worry about buckets of water and stuff. I know that I'm going to set this up, and that's the whole point, isn't it? I'm going to set this up, we're going to start using the excavator, and after about an hour you'll be like, I need a bigger excavator, I need, you know, and that's the point, isn't it? It's gradually building up, getting bigger stuff, more stuff, then I suppose they're moving beyond that onto, I don't have enough hours in the day myself because I'm doing this, this and this. That's when you hire workers so that while you're doing something else, they're still earning you money. And then you move on to other claims and leave the claims you've already got being run by other people, I guess. Like I say, it's how far down the rabbit hole I will go, I don't know at this moment. Right, I'll see you there. The only thing I will, I keep saying the only thing I will say, because then I say more stuff, is the time. I know it can't run in real time because a day would be 24 hours. I know it has to be sped up a little bit. But I find the days go so fast, and before you know it, it's getting dark again, and you say, you feel to yourself, I haven't got enough done, you know, especially when you're trying to learn how to set things up and you're moving cables around. There's a bit of trial and error, and then all of a sudden it's getting dark again. I just wish I had more daylight. Oh, my digger's there. Sorry, my excavator. It's there, look. Oh, how wonderful. That's the one thing I was thinking when I was doing all the shoveling in my pit, was I wonder if you can buy a bigger shovel. Well, of course you can. It says it's an excavator, but so this isn't done over there, is it? This is, or is it? I don't, because I can't reach with the excavator into that pit. This has to be set up over here, doesn't it? doesn't it? Unfortunately, instructions are somewhat lacking at this point. Do I just set it up to the side here and run it? I just don't know. Or does it have to be done over there? Or... It needs to be close enough to where I can dig, because I need to be able to put shovelfuls into the mobile wash plant, doesn't it? Again, this is a bit kind of... I don't really know. Kind of winging it. At least with the first one, when you went over to the claim, there was the instructions. Did I turn the instructions off by mistake or something? Hang on, we want to go to that. Settings, controls and game. Prompts enabled. Right, let's disconnect that. Is there anything else I need to do to that? So it doesn't even kind of show where buckets go. Right, I've got power thing there. Where does the water attach? Literally zero idea. Okay. Handbrake. Stop there. Engine off. Lights off. Let's hop out. Now I'll open the back. So we need fat holes. Oh, I'm going to need to go over and get some of the other stuff, aren't I? So let's get all this out. We'll lay it all out. Actually, that can plug into here straight away, can't it? Use. I'm just going to drop that. So I don't know where that's got to plug into yet. Well, it's going to be the generator, obviously, but... oh, I should have gone to the fuel station and topped this up, shouldn't I, before I started? Maybe, should I? Let's drop that there. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've got fuel, I know I have. That plugs into... Now, I should have got another power cable, because the magnetite separator needs a generator as well, and there's another socket there. Will it let me plug two things in? So I could have, rather than unplug that and plug it into another one. I suppose I could do, but... Well, maybe I'll do that at a later date. I'll go back and get another one. Let's grab another pipe. I'm just very conscious of how far away the water source is. And I guess once you've done a few jobs like this, and you start getting used to what does what, where, how it all runs and works, let's grab that. Because I just don't think one hose will reach far enough. That said, I don't even know if two will. If two won't, I'm going to need to... so that's a long way to go, isn't it? So it doesn't really specify for this, does it? Let's whiz over here. Let's grab a hose and see how far it reaches. I'm like I say, I may need to whiz back to town. So what we'll do is we'll disconnect that from that. We still need it in the water. Although I might bring it further over here. How far can we go before it says, "You're an idiot"? Don't be so stupid. Where's my thing? There it is. Oh, I think that's already happened. Oh man, okay, right. Let's pop that there. We'll adjust this end. I assume this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, hang on a minute, there's loads of hose here. What's going on? Why did that just fall over? Okay, what is happening here? You know what I think we'll do? Let's pick that up. Let's wind the cable. Right, that's better. I think that's probably why. Right, let's drop that in there. That's in the water. It was probably because I just was being an idiot. So winding up is probably a good idea first. I did wonder what that function did. How far can I go now before that then goes donk and drops out my hand again? Not off. Oh, right, there we go. That's as far as that will go from there. Right. 2 hoses might be enough then. Let's pop that there. Now, if you're further on than me or you've been playing on some PC, you may well be shouting your screen right now. One thing I've always liked to do, again, if you don't follow my Farming Simulator channel, you don't know anything about me, I used to teach. I was a high-level teaching assistant. I used to teach classes in school, cover classes for teachers, that kind of thing. I was a very firm advocate of putting across to the kids when I was teaching that it's a learning process, and that yes, even though when I was teaching, of course I knew what I was teaching, and of course I knew more than the children did. That was the kind of point, really, isn't it, when you were a teacher? But that they felt they were learning with you, that you were learning together. It was an experience. You were finding things out together. That's a very powerful tool, and I like that. That, you know, you can make people feel that feeling, you know, that this is something we're doing together at the same time, not standing in front of a group of people and preaching to them, look, I'm smarter than you, pay attention because I know more, you know. So this whole kind of thing of me, you know, yes, admittedly at the moment I don't know. I'm bumbling along, but I'm bumbling along like most people will have done at the first time of playing this, because most people will have played this for the first time at some point, even if you've been playing it for a long time now. Let's wind that up. Take that over. Yeah, so, you know, even if this is not your first rodeo, you've been playing on PC for a while. When you first played it on PC, there was a first time of playing it. So it's, you know, if anyone's watching this and they're finding out how to play the game, if it's helping them, that's great. I'm very happy with that. So what I'm assuming then is I'll bring the small pump, that'll hook into the small pump one end. That'll come from the small pump and plug into here somewhere. Let's have a quick look on here again. Does it show you where the pipes hook up? I'm assuming it's going to be here. Is it somewhere on these? We'll find out, won't we? Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's grab that now. Let's head over here and see if it comes up with anything. There we go. Look, right there. Bomb. And then we'll put that over here. And we'll drop it down. So oh, maybe that's a bit shorter. We'll put our pump in there somewhere. We're getting there, you know. Like I say, I have no idea what I'm doing, and then we'll get the excavator. We'll do a bit of digging, and then we'll see what happens from there. I've got buckets to grab and that kind of stuff. Right, what I'm going to do now is to save you the pain of having to watch me do this. I'm going to grab my buckets. I'm going to grab all my bits. I'm going to assemble it all over there. You can see what I'm doing. Just gathering all my stuff from my hog pan setup, and then we'll get ourselves set up, and hopefully I'll run you through the setup if it's going to work. I'm assuming it's going to work, and we'll go from there. Does bucket go there? No idea, but let's... Oh, that seems like a big... There's got to be somewhere on here the buckets go, isn't there? Do they slot under somewhere? Or... Oh, hang on. What have we got here? There we go. There, now we're cooking on gas, look. What goes here then? So is this just... This isn't the magnetite separator, is it? Oh, we'll get there, we'll get there. All my gear has been assembled. I have had a dry run, so it's been, although I'm using water, I've had a dry run. I had to go backwards and forwards a few times back to the store. One reason being, I thought what I would do is rather than set that up, then having to switch everything over, I went down and got another thin hose to do the water pump to the magnetite separator, and get a power cable to come from the generator to the magnetite separator. However, I went and got a high power one rather than a low power one. So I've got a spare cable, but those can be used, I would imagine, at a later date. The other thing that dawned on me was, oh yeah, the excavator, that thing, I got in it to drive it over, and it comes up with a message saying 28% off at the machinery store on small excavators. That's a bit of a kick in the teeth, having just bought one full price. And at 15 grand, it only came with half a tank of fuel. It's outrageous. Anyway, so that needs fuel. the generator. The Jenny needs fuel. The pump needs fuel. That needed fuel. So I thought, right, I'll go and get a couple more jerry cans, fill them up. While I was down there in the equipment store, they had this, the mobile fuel tank. That was 3,800 to buy. When I had the money, so I thought, you know what, I'm getting it. So that's the fuel station with the jerry cans. That cost me about £2,000 to fill up. And then I filled up the excavator with it, and it used 21% of the fuel that was in that. That holds 1,000 litres. So we've got that on hand, which means we haven't got backwards and forwards, and we can fill everything up as we need to. That being said, on that note, let's fill up the Jenny because that needs it. We'll double check, make sure it's on 97. We'll top that up. That's full, that's full. Yeah, so what we're going to do now, like I say, I had a bit of a kind of a test, so to speak. What I'm going to do is fill the hopper first before I get everything running. The excavator, it's just for me, it's the camera angles, not the actual operation of it itself. Let's get lights on. We are, what time is it? 6:39. It's not particularly light yet. The lighting on it isn't great. You can buy work lights, actually. When I was down at the store, I was looking, you can buy work lights to enable you to work through the night. So potentially that might be something to look at as well. If not too expensive, I might get a set of work lights. Let's start it up. So at the moment, we're on driving controls. So I can drive forward, backwards and turn and all the rest of it, which is lovely. But if I press L3, if I open my menu there, L3 operator mode, which is great. If I come back out of that, hide that. So at the moment, my camera angle, I'm on that one. I can be in cab, I can be in cab, out of cab, which doesn't rotate. That one which does rotate, then we've got bucket from the side, and then that, which is great. So I'm going to go to that one. Now if I go to crane controls, or operator controls, the problem is now I can't move the camera because my controls are for the excavator, which is great, but the problem I've got now is I have to bounce between camera angles. See, what I would normally do, or what I would have liked to have done, would be able to swing this camera around so I can see what I'm doing everywhere. Instead, I need to bounce between various different cameras to get the angle I need because I can't move it. So I think I've got a full bucket. I am by no means an excavator operator, so we switch to that one maybe. Is that one going to work? Now, that yellow box is showing me where it's going to be. That is under, if we remember our options, go to R2, if we go down to game, that's under digging helper. So that digging helper at the moment is enabled. That shows you where you're going to dig, where you're going to tip. You can turn it on or off if you want to. I'm not so great with this, so let's open it out. Hang on. Like so. It's not pretty. Switch back. So a lot of bouncing around, and I didn't want to hit the wash plant thing. That's the size, yeah, so it's going to be a bit of bouncing backwards and forwards. And I know I'm going to be tipping some on the floor. I think because the height that the actual excavator goes to, that's as high as it will go. Well, that reached there. I'm probably not in the best position. I probably need to, you know what I'm going to do? Let's adjust. Well, it's going to help at all. What happened there? Oh, it swings around the camera. So what have I done? It just swings around the camera. Right, let's try. Is that going to help at all? Just thinking for... Maybe not. Nope, hang on. Shall I try that? I don't know. Just like I say, we'll give it a go and see how we fare with this. Yeah, so if I go on to, it's wherever I leave that camera is wherever you kind of end up when you then go on to operator mode. Oh well, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. That looks a bit better. I was just thinking with regard to where it ends up, the tip on the bucket. I found a big nugget. I found one earlier actually. So we are finding nuggets on here again because I'm finally just starting using the excavator. How many nuggets am I likely to find? So I'll just keep it like that for the time being. You know what it might be. Does it say anywhere how full my bucket is? It doesn't, does it? I did wonder if it would say. Another little bit more, we should be alright. So, yeah, this is working. Now we'll see what the actual wash plant side of things does, shall we? Up. Okay, right, I'm wasting it. So I'm 100%. Engine off. Oh, hang on. Lights. Sorry. Oh. It's all these little things, isn't it? Right. Now we get out. Right. So that's working. That's working. So what should happen now? Again, that's on. So let's turn on the generator. Jenny on. Water pump on. That's good. That's good. So that runs everything from there. All the big stuff comes out. Everything else comes down through the middle here, pours into that bucket. That bucket now is at 15%. I think I got 11% from a full hopper. So it's going to take a little while. And again, at the speed I'm doing it, horrendous. So again, what I'll probably do is I'll skip ahead until we've got a full bucket. So I don't know, it's quite labour intensive. I don't know how much gold we're going to get out of this. Once we've got a full bucket, yeah, we're going to get back 22%. So when we've got a full bucket here, our magnetite separator is set up. We've got two here. As far as I can tell, that's all wired up, plugged in. We turn it on and we pour the bucket in the top here, and then we should get dirt and gold. The gold, obviously we keep. The dirt is the magnetite, isn't it? Or is that just a separate thing we get rid of? Because this is the magnetite separator. Or is that literally just separate the gold out? Does that save you panning? Again, not sure at the moment. We'll see what happens there. Right, that's all still running. I don't want it to be. I'm wasting fuel. So I guess what I could do, again, like I did over with the hog pan, leave all this running at the moment, which means I'm burning through fuel, because at the moment I'm not that fast with the excavator, and just keep putting load in, and that will gradually fill up. But because I'm not that fast with the excavator, I'm burning through fuel while this is running and I'm taking ages to put stuff in. When I get quicker, then yeah, I can leave it running. But for the time being, what I am going to do, I'm going to turn it all off. fill up the hopper, then turn it all back on. It probably isn't efficient turning the jennies and stuff on and off and on and off, and the pumps and... Nope, wrong one. I want to go on that one. Turn it off. And turn the jenny off. Because what I want to do before the end, I want to use the magnetite separator and find out where we stand with regard to gold. How this is all going to kind of pan out. But we've got, yeah, we've got a whole load more gear. When you think about the end of the last episode, we were over there, and I spent however long it was panning gold and doing it all kind of manually. Oh, the other thing I was going to point out as well, again, you may already know this, but I kind of did it a little while ago with the hoses. When you hook your hoses up, hook your first one up, then drag it out. When you get to where you're going to, I did it with this one here, wind it in, because when you walk out, it kind of unravels the whole thing. If you wind it in, you get much neater cable runs between everything. It's a minor thing, but it might just help if you're a little bit kind of OCD. It might not, it's entirely up to you. So, yeah, I'll see you in a bit, and let's see what happens when we get a full bucket there. So there, what will that equate to? And then it becomes that time cost thing, isn't it? Of how much input am I putting in for what rewards am I getting out? And essentially, how much money do we end up making? I have got enough money that I could go to the tablet and I could unlock workers and something else. But I was looking in the store as well at how expensive all the machinery and stuff is. And we're going to need our money, aren't we? Oh dear, right, let's switch to that one. It's the one I think I want. Let's open it back up. And obviously with a bigger shovel comes greater responsibility. That didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. We found a few more nuggets, up to 403.512 grams. We have a full bucket here, which we have to pick up. We take that to here, apparently. We put that in there. That's only 25% full. This is going to be a very lengthy process, I can tell. I don't know if I prefer doing this. I prefer doing it the other way. So what should happen now is, I don't know, let's see. I've been looking. Now, there are instructions for all these things as well in the journal. If you go into the journal and look at all the different sections. I mean, I've just been kind of... If we go into our journal, go across, if you go down the left-hand side, there's magnetite at the bottom. But what's puzzling me as well, we've got all these instructions here. It says take the full bucket, which I've got, set up the magnetite separator, that's set up, pour pay dirt into the magnetite separator. Now, as far as I was aware, you get gold in one, magnetite in the other. The instructions for magnetite say you need a magnetite trailer to take to the factory. But number 11 is there saying set up wave table. Nothing was said in tier 2 about a wave table. Where did that suddenly come from? We want to start. So this now separates out magnetite separates finished processing. Added 2,000. So the magnetite can be sold, and that's... Do we just have to pan that now? I don't know. Stop. Stop. Stop now. So do I need a magnetite trailer now to get rid of that? Or do I just put it in the back? Can I tip that in the factory? So that's now saying that's full. So one load, that's giving me a full bucket. That's my gold bucket. So that's no different to empty. Is that? What's the wavetable for? So this is getting really weird now. The instructions started off very well. I was really impressed. So we've got. Hang on. Oh, we've gone too far. So set up a wavetable. Pour your pay dirt onto the wavetable. So does that separate out the gold rather than you using the pan and the bucket? But if we go back to this step here where it says tier 2, mobile wash plant, power pump small, mobile generator, 3 buckets, magnetite separator. Doesn't say anything about a wavetable there. Gives you all those instructions, go through, we're using the magnetite separator. Now all of a sudden, there's a wavetable. Set it up. We need to buy one first. So we need a wavetable now. Do we need a bucket for that, or do we pick the gold bits out of that? Oh, I don't know. I'm just really conscious of time now, whether or not I need to kind of say, right, let's knock it on the head there. Next episode, let's look at the wavetable and what happens next. Because we have gone through tier 2. All the stuff it said, apart from getting to this last bit about the wavetable. So we've set everything up as we had to, with our Jenny, with our water pump. We have got the magnetite separator, and we have got some magnetite in that bucket. But I assume, like I say, we have to take that off, maybe get a trailer. That's working well. Our excavator's working fine. We are working through tier 2. I think tier 3 is when you start adding all this malarkey and gubbins up here, all the big stuff. So, you know what? I'm going to stop there. I know you're probably like, what happens at the next episode? We will get a wavetable. I don't know if I've got enough stuff to plug more things in here, have I? Maybe. We'll see. With generators, have I got enough room for another cable off that? So maybe we can plug in a wavetable. Yeah, next episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. We're moving forward. We're making money. We've got more gold. We're doing magnetiting, with that kind of thing. We've got our fuel trailer. So it's off to get a wavetable and some other bits and bobs. So I'll set that up and have a fiddle around and see if we can get that to work and get some more gold out of that. We'll do a bit more processing, and then we'll be heading towards tier 3. No, tier 4. Hang on. Yeah. The next tier is where we'll be heading. Yeah, tier 3, shaker, trommel, duplex, big power generator, cables. Wow, that's going to go a bit mad, isn't it? Wash plant, shaker. Wow, cool. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. I'm off to get a wash table. Thanks for watching.